Oh my god. Episode 82 of Pokémon Horizons just dropped an absolute bombshell, bruv. The episode opens up with the gang encountering Lucius's final Pokémon, the shiny black Rayquaza. Man, just seeing its entrance into Area 0 was absolutely epic. The battle gets cracking, and these men are wasting no time. I'ma be real, this battle was a little bit of a 50-50 situation. I get that the gang have to beat Rayquaza to gain its approval to join them, but for the way it was getting hit in this battle made it felt like a legendary Pokémon was low-key nerfed. However, yes, each character has developed well with their Pokémon, and of course with development comes strength and tactics. But yeah, it was a bit of an interesting one. To be fair, Rayquaza did start to mash some serious work knocking out the majority of the Pokémon, and the fact it even slashed down Friede's Charizard and even Captain Pikachu was proving how this thing was not playing any games. Also, even though that Cap used Volt Tackle to headbutt Rayquaza sent it flying, I was thinking like, wagwan here bruv, how's this thing doing backflips in the sky after that attack? But anyway, progressing forward, I'm sure we can all agree that everyone played their part in this battle, and of course, the main man Roy managed to fulfill his dreams. Pakugo was so bloody cool in this episode. The way the little turtle was taking matters into its own hands and transforming was brilliant. Bro had to go all out against his old friend just to prove a point and make it realise. Very cool indeed. Fair play to Liko too for also commanding him for the first time in that state. It's a shame we didn't get to see him strike more, but in the end, Pakugo used its powers to transfer Terra energy onto Crocodile, which helped Roy to defeat Rayquaza and finally catch it. There we go, another freaking Magting. Roy actually caught the shiny Rayquaza. Okay, technically he returned it to its ancient Pokeball, but still, it's the fact he actually overcame it in battle and managed to gain its approval. I'm genuinely shocked honestly, because the way the battle was going, I didn't think he was going to be able to pull it off. But you know what? Fair play to him and the others. Roy has had really great development up to this point, and it's a fantastic way to conclude this mini arc. Back in episode 6, it was Roy's dream to battle the legendary Pokemon and catch it, and I have to say, episode 82 did a fantastic job at portraying this. Whilst Rayquaza is Lucius's Pokemon, Roy is now technically in ownership of it. So yeah, man has himself an ancient god dragon. Talk about being lucky. So it seems that maybe the shine of Lucius's shiny Rayquaza was actually its memory with its trainer. Passing the memory on to Pakugo, the shine ended up disappearing. Bro was holding on to its trainer's memory, like how wholesome is that? Honestly, it's gonna make me cry soon. As for the memory, we got to see the explorers in Rakua having a peaceful time together. Man, this story truly is incredible. I absolutely love Pokémon Horizons with its distinctive narrative. I can't tell you how happy I am seeing Pakugo and Rayquaza reunite once again too. The episode then concludes with the gang's family members celebrating the news of them completing their quest of gathering the 6 heroes before we see the gang then fly in the skies heading towards Rakua. Well, they finally did it. The Rising Volt Tacklers now have the 6 heroes. This episode did a fantastic job at showing an epic battle, and the final result was really worth it all. It was so amazing to see all of the hard work and development that every character had received up to this point come into fruition, and the plot is truly coming full circle now. I'm really excited to see what happens when the gang arrives in Rakua, and I'm sure you guys are as well, especially after the new information we've just received. But I'll talk about that in just a moment. As always, when subs are revealed, I'll post my full review on Twitter, so if you haven't followed me there already, then you already know what to do. Let's now chat about next week's episode. Episode 83 is titled The Truth Revealed and Amethio's Resolve. The summary states the following. Rayquaza is guiding Liko and the others towards Rakua. Meanwhile, Amethio has been going undercover at Exceed in order to look into what Spinal has been plotting, but got spotted by security guards and captured, and now a certain person appears. Amethio learns that the connection between his grandfather Gibeon and Lucius was from 100 years ago, and he ends up making a resolve. Looking at the preview, we can see our favourite boy Amethio is finally back, and it looks like he's about to find his path and form his legacy. It appears that he'll be researching more about his grandfather, and the potential understanding about another relative from what we all assume to be his mother. We can also see that Hambra is going to teach Amethio about Zygarde cells, and also about what happened in Rakua. I cannot wait to see this episode, because it's going to be showing us how great Amethio truly is, and I'm really looking forward to his redemption arc finally unfolding in this series, because he definitely deserves it, especially after everything that he's been through. And of course, this is where it's going to relate all back to the special preview trailer. Speaking of special preview trailer, oh my days fam. The special preview trailer finally shows the gang arriving in Rakua, and of course, this is where we're going to see the potential climax of the series. By the power of Pakugo and the 6 heroes, it looks like they'll be able to use their power to free Lucius, who is in fact very much alive in the series, indicating that he's going to return for the battle. The battle between the Rising Volt Tacklers and Explorers truly does look insane, and something very interesting is also going to happen. We can see that Captain Pikachu ends up getting affected by the Rakurium, and the gang are all going to be taken on Gibeon Zygarde, and when I say all of them, I mean Amethio as well, as he'll finally be joining the Rising Volt Tacklers in this battle. Lucius reuniting with all of the 6 heroes is going to be very special, and I hope we get to see him use his Pokemon in battle again, just like how he did last time. But let's now dive a little deeper into the special preview trailer that could show how absolutely insane these events are to come from the next part of the series. Okay, cool. Let's start off with the gang arriving in Rakua. These events will probably be happening in episode 85, which is titled Arrival the Paradise of Rakua. As you can see from the images, the gang are finally going to be arriving in Paradise. Here they'll get to see what the 3 explorers once saw, including legendary Pokemon. This episode is probably going to focus on them just arriving and exploring before they finally come to the core of Rakua for where the events that happened 100 years ago took place. Speaking of events, let's discuss the maddest event that came forth from the special preview trailer. After reaching to the hotspot, Pakugo and the 6 heroes appear to use their energy to not only destroy some Rakurium, but to also free Lucius. That's right, Lucius is alive. I can't believe it. And yes, he hasn't aged either. After all this time, he is alive in the flesh. And from what it seems back in episode 75, Pakugo used its powers to keep Lucius safe from being attacked by the Rakurium, indicating that he was put into a protective shield of some sort. You can clearly see how Avatar The Last Airbender show is showing some correlation to this. The way Lucius acknowledges Liko too after their meeting is so cool. He even reunites with all of his Pokemon, and I really hope we get to see him use all of them in battle. Actually, you know what? It probably is going to happen. These images appear to be from episode 86, titled The Rising Voltaclers vs the Explorers. It's time for the big showdown, good versus evil. From what we see and know, the battle is going to be intense, especially seeing as Rakurium will most likely affect other Pokemon in its proximity. Both sides are going to be using Terrestrialization, and it looks like Captain Pikachu is going to be affected by the Rakurium. Or maybe it will be affected by another sample that the Explorers have been experimented on, causing another calamity to come the gang's way. Maybe this is where we'll see Amethio warn the gang about what he learns about his grandfather's plans back in episode 83. Now we have this frame. Bloody hell man, this is looking mad! Relating to the opening, we can see that Liko, Roy and Amethio will all be facing Gibeon's 50% Zygarde in an absolute crazy battle. It's looking like Zygarde is going to regain its lost cells and cause a frickin' madness. Once again, I still can't believe this battle is going to exist in the first place. What an incredible event to unfold. And even seeing Amethio join in battle with the Rising Voltaclers is the cherry on the cake. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. The anti-hero is here. The redemption arc has finally arrived. I'm so bloody glad this kid has gotten this turnaround with his character arc. Bro is about to turn into Zuko and fight against his evil family members. I really hope he gets the chance to show off how incredible he is in battle. And I'm really glad that my early prediction about this came true because, oh man, it's just so exciting. What a crazy Friday it's been. Wasteman Spinal's back again, and I'm sure we can all agree it feels like that he's going to become the main antagonist in this series. I hope we get to see Amethio finally clash with him and defeat him in battle. So I'm sure there's all one thing that we're all keen to know about, and that is if these 3 Paldean starters will finally evolve into their final stages. I thought Roy's Crocodile was going to evolve today during the battle against Rayquaza, however it seems like maybe this occasion has been saved for a later time, and I can't think of a better moment for them to all evolve maybe against Gibeon in the final battle at Rakua. Maybe none of them will evolve. We could maybe just see Liko's Floragato evolve, seeing as she is kind of the lead protagonist, or maybe Crocodile will also evolve, seeing as him and Roy have come a long way too. But it would kinda make sense for all 3 of them to evolve at the same time, but then again, we don't know whether or not if these guys will evolve at all. I really do hope they'll all evolve because it would be a perfect way to amalgamate all of their development throughout the series. As for Captain Pikachu, I'm really keen to learn about what happens in this moment. Maybe this was actually relating to the opening frame with Friede, whereas in fact it's not actually about him, but it's more to do with Captain Pikachu, as he is his partner Pokemon. Friede and Cap are like one, so if anything actually happened to him, then it would affect Friede a lot as well. So maybe this was the clue that was under our noses all along. It's really nice to see this opening frame come full circle from episode 82, and my goodness me, this story just keeps getting better and better. My brother, Pokémon Horizons is so damn cool, and you all need to watch it. For its narrative and uniqueness alone, this Pokémon series could be the best one yet, and with these events now finally unfolding, we can only begin to imagine how incredible the potential climax could be. I'm super excited to see how everything comes full circle, especially in the battle against Gibeon. Whilst the final battle does seem to be coming forward now, it's not confirmed when this series will be ending, and it could be that there will be more arcs to follow in the future. But regardless of that, please look forward to the future episodes. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave it a like and subscribe for more Pokémon Horizons coverage and Pokémon anime content.